studio today talking about corporations, and I'm going to do this deep dive. I'm going to start with C corporations. These are the INC, the traditional corporate entity. But again, before I do that, we want all of our neighbors in North Texas and in our community around the world to know we know this corona pandemic is not ending. We are sending out thoughts and positive thoughts and prayers to lift you all up. We are all praying that our economy is allowed to stay open and that we're all permitted to continue to provide for our families. We are also standing with all of America in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. It is important that we all listen and communicate with each other better and find a better way, because that is the rhetoric of our own revolutionary war, that we are all created equal and that out of many we are one. And I'm a believer in that. So this deep dive on corporate structure is going to start with your traditional INC, CORP, incorporated entity. Advantages to the incorporated entity is you can raise money, you can sell stock, you can hold on to that money. You don't have to, everything that comes into the corporate operating account does not have to be spent by the end of the year. And this is a big advantage because you can build up capital so that you can buy equipment, so that you can make investments, so that you can pay your team, however that's going to be organized and structured and staffed. And for example, if you're going to build a microbrewery or something to that effect, a corporation might be a good vehicle for that, because there's a lot of stainless steel equipment that has to be purchased. There's a lot of other things that have to, capital investment has to be big. You have to get a big space. You have to get a lot of stainless steel equipment. You got to keep sanitation. So there's a big investment of equipment, and a corporation is a good way to do that because you can sell shares, raise money, and you don't have to count all of that as ordinary income. Downside to corporations, money comes in, it's taxed. Money goes out to the owner, it's taxed. So it's a double taxation situation. And another issue with the corporate structure is that it's got very strict requirements about how it's governed. There have to be regular meetings. They have to occur more than annually. There have to be designated officers. Those officers have terms in which they serve, and there has to be a governing agreement. And a governing agreement, on my wall here is a copy of the Constitution of the United States of America. That is the governing agreement of the corporation that is the United States of America. It truly is organized like a corporate entity. In fact, that's kind of how the idea came about, a charter for government that is similar to how a charter for business operates. So corporate structure very much tracks the corporate governance that is set out in our United States Constitution. You don't need 3 branches of government to run a company, but you do need a president, a treasurer, a secretary, what have you, some officers, a board of directors, and you have to have annual meetings, quarterly meetings. You have to keep track of those meetings and those other issues which give rise to the corporate protection, the corporate form. Adhering to the corporate form means that your personal assets are not at risk. That is a great thing. But there are some downsides. Talk about them with a CPA. If you're a details person, this is the organizational structure for you. If you're not a details person, I would advise clients, and I do advise clients frequently, avoid this type of structure because it does require a lot of attention to detail. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful, positive, uplifting, and informational. That is what it is intended to be. Please like, subscribe, and share. More coming on corporations from the studio. Thanks.